Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. Welcome back. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. Don't be a doofus. Um, got a guest with us today, and very excited about uh, having Tony Allen with us. Two Guns, and Tony um, is part of the militia group. Tony, just explain. You're kind of, I'm calling it the militia in the middle. Is
Yeah,
that a good definition?
yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
Uh, no, it's a group of people locally in Louisville that are not a part of any specific group, but do see the problems that's going on in the city and do understand that justice needs to be served for Breonna Taylor, and we're willing to be out there and work right alongside with whoever is in the right path of mind to get the job done.
Okay. And you're a seasoned militia member. You've been a part of a militia for quite a while now.
Yes, sir. Out Illinois, Eastern Kentucky. We've done work in California, so we've kind of been doing this thing for a while. We've been in a few protests that I won't mention for security reasons,
Sure.
but yeah, man, we've been doing this, and this kind of just been going on, and it's been different groups adding fuel to the fire. I won't say NFAC or Angry Vikings to be specific, but those are some of the main factors that's going on right now that's fueling other people's feelings in the city.
Okay. That's a great way of putting it. Um, and I've been trying to paint a picture for the past couple of weeks of what could happen tomorrow in Louisville. And you reached out to me and said you're missing a key point because there are militias that that aren't that aren't anticipated being there, such as your group.
Right, right. Uh, Pretty much, we all know, you have the freedom of speech, man, and everybody's entitled to say whatever the hell, excuse my language, that they want to say. You know what I'm saying?
It's an
And
adult channel. Oh, it's not an adult channel in that. No, yeah, I mark on YouTube that this content's not intended for kids because it's not. So yeah, it's not an adult channel. I very rarely strip on here and or.
yeah, I got. Uh, but yeah, pretty much. We're kind of just trying to keep an eye on the whole thing in general. We hear that it's a lot of anarchists coming. Like I said, we're not affiliated with any group, so we're just free winging out there. You know what I'm saying? If we see a problem, we'll address it. We're not gonna let anybody burn shit down. You know what I'm saying? We do want justice for Breonna, but burning the city down is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And, I do want to point out though, as of tomorrow, if you kind of look at everything in whole, as if it was a shit hits the fan situation, um, you have to really break it down into three groups. You have NFAC and the followers of NFAC and all of those groups and people that, what I'm saying, believe in NFAC. And then you have guys like the Angry Vikings and the Three Percenters, which not a lot of Three Percenters are a part of the groups that's been downtown, but a large portion of the Three Percenters are, you know, um, basically on the, I would say, the police side, the blue line of everything. And then you will have the cops and your local state law enforcement in the middle, which would be, LMPD, National Guard, and the Angry Vikings obviously believe that they will be alongside of LMPD. Um, this is my whole thing about that. When you look at NFAC is a welcomed force in Louisville. Maybe not by all, but by majority. You know what I'm saying? Because they're for justice for Breonna, and they really want to see a change in justice and equality for people of color. You know what I mean? So then you have the angry Viking guy that's basically protesting NFAC. He's not there for the protest for Breonna. He's not there for equality for Black people you know what I'm saying, people of color, people that's been oppressed. He's solely there for NFAC. So if you look at it in terms like that, NFAC will be in a defensive posture. Like most of the militias will be in a defensive posture the entire time they're up there. Angry Vikings are coming to this event to face NFAC. You know what I'm saying? So you can view that as an attacking force. You can view that as an offensive, you know what I'm saying, attack. If you're not here to protest the situation with Breonna Taylor or injustice for people, you know what I'm saying, and you're solely here for NFAC, that's something you have to take up with NFAC and Master J, and not the people of Louisville, Kentucky.
Who are basically in harm's way at the moment. I mean, there are tanks and armored personnel carriers currently on the streets of Louisville the day before. So, like you said, I don't think anybody. I'm amazed at the number of people outside of Louisville or outside of the viewership of this show that really still have no clue what could happen tomorrow.
Exactly.
I put up on my Facebook that, you know, I may be in Louisville, and if anybody has some body armor, they could sell me or loan me for a day. You know, and the people, some people were like, well, are you going to the Derby? Hey, if you're going to be in Louisville, would you go by a distillery and pick me up a bottle of bourbon? And
yeah.
No, I'm not asking for body armor to go watch a freaking horse race. It's a potential war zone.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, I would honestly advise if you have no reason, like I've seen that you said Lowe's is having a sale, and like if you have no reason to be at Churchill Downs tomorrow, then don't go.
Yeah.
But if you feel strongly, like a lot of American people do, we're all Americans, so you know we believe strongly in what the hell we believe in, and we're gonna go hard after what we believe in. So if you believe in what you're out there for, then by all means, come out there. But understand that shit could hit the fan.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you mentioned the 3%ers, and I've had some tell me not all 3%ers are racist. And then I've had some tell me 3%ers is code for racist. You know, if shit hits the fan, it's going to be tough to decide who's on whose side, who's
exactly.
and who's your ally.
Exactly. Oh man, I do know a few. Well, actually, I have worked with a few percenters of color, so I do know that the 3%ers do have people of color and different minorities in their groups. I do also know that there is a lot of factions of the 3%ers that do not have people of color in their groups, you know. So what their rules of engagement would be, I don't know, you know, and how they will go about deciding that if something was to happen, I don't know. Lord forbids anything happens. Hopefully it's just a big gun show, and you know, everybody's just out showing off guns. But with this angry Viking guy coming and cussing and spitting, and it's just not, I don't see it doing any justice for what people want down there.
I've had a few, you know, people comment on the show, people email, people, and if you want to email, it's americandoofus@gmail.com. You want to comment to make sure I see it, go to American Doofus Facebook and send me a message there. I very rarely go down and read the comments lately because it's just hate on both sides. So, yeah. But I'm getting people saying, we're coming to get some. And that's a dangerous, and you know which side I'm talking about.
Yeah. Man, like I said, God forbids.
Yeah.
It's a different day and age. A lot of people have been quarantined and cooped up in their homes for months and months, and you have the COVID worry and the everybody's sick, and now you have the protest that's going on. It's different times, you know. So definitely, in my 32 years of being on Earth, I have never seen a Kentucky Derby like this. You know, so it is definitely history.
Yeah.
But I would like to stress for anyone that's out there, just please come out there with the right frame of mind, because it's a lot of not fucking around people out there, and it's a lot of people that's serious about what they believe in.
And it's kind of odd to me that I always kind of understood up until like the last 6 months, the militia were not pro-police. The militia were anti-police, anti-government, anti-oppression. And since George Floyd, all of a sudden they're anti-protesters, which is, to me, you can't call yourself a patriot if you just care about the Second Amendment. Second Amendment is important to a lot of us, but man, there are other amendments. It's a whole big constitution, and it includes a thing called freedom. And right. And I just don't see these so-called patriots wrapping themselves in, you know, justify. Don't confuse your patriotism with racism.
Right. Man, at the end of the day, we're all American. We all just want to be able to protect and provide for our families, you know. And unfortunately, there are a few bad apples in the police department, but not all police are bad. You know what I'm saying? I know a personal cops, man, that just really love their community and wanted to do better for their community. And I know some assholes.
Yeah.
So,
same with me. And I always say, I'm not anti-police. I'm anti-police brutality. You know, and I think the more conversations we have, the more people find out, hey, you know what? We got so damn much more in common than we do that divides us or should divide us. And the things that divide us are from not from logic, not from love. They're from fear and ignorance.
That's it, man. Not enough communication in the world, period. You know, man, in fact, the first time they came down, I was down doing a security job for a group. And the first time they came down, I just kind of noticed that the majority of that group, honestly, I do see some military expertise in the way they stand, the way they walk, and the way they present themselves. Some I didn't see any training, you know, at all.
Right.
I will say I don't know much about the Angry Vikings, but you can bet on that most of the militias that's coming from out of town to Louisville train regularly. You know, so hopefully the mayor gets this all under control. You know, which I don't really see it happening. I like you said in an episode, there's a temperature and it's rising and it's rising and it's at a boiling point. And tomorrow is gonna really set the tone for what happens in the next few months.
If I come down to Louisville tomorrow, can I embed with your militia and just document your group as you go through the day?
Of course, you will have to let me run it by a few guys.
Yeah,
make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
And, but I'm sure it'd be no problem.
Okay, well, check it out, because if I do come down, I want to be with. I don't want to come by myself. That's stupid.
Yeah.
And I want to be with people, and I want to be with people that know what the hell they're doing, and run it by your people, and if we can make it work, we'll see if we can't set something up. I lost my partner about 3 weeks ago. My roommate and the producer and creator of the show. The show was created by Kay Bailey. I'm just the host. And her family's, I'm just being honest here, man. Her family still got the phone that we used for all the filming work. They're downloading all of her personal information and her pictures and stuff to get ready for Celebration of Life. So if I can get it worked out to where I've got the equipment, I'm going to come down and document the day.
Yeah, man. It would definitely be worth it. It will be a historic event.
It's going to be historic no matter what happens. And
Yeah.
and you and I and a whole bunch of us are hoping it's peaceful. I said I would like to see it like a championship wrestling match. The Angry Viking comes out and goes, Angry Viking. Like
Yeah.
Grandmaster Jay comes out all professorial and, you look absolutely stupid, my good man. And
Yeah.
they sell a bunch of T-shirts and everybody goes home. Nobody gets hurt.
Nobody gets a big gun show, man. Big gun
Big
show.
gun show. Big gun show. Two Guns, thank you so much for coming on the program, my man. Contact me and we'll see. I may see you tomorrow. If not, I'm going to have you come back on next week, early next week, and we'll talk about what happened.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, my man.
Thanks, man.
God bless you, brother.
All right, you too, man.
Everybody. Hey, it's the American Doofus Show. I'm Barry Welsh. I'm your host. Don't be a doofus. Dark world. Getting even darker. Be a light. Be a freaking beam through this weekend. And again, I'm going to say, everybody stand down. Home Depot's got a big giant sale going on. You can make a shoebox or a table or a bookcase or something. But that's not going to happen. All eyes on Breonna Taylor. All eyes on Louisville, Kentucky. It's the American Doofus Show. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. Don't be a doofus and do stay alive.